Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a royal spot of tea update. I wanted to come on live for a little bit with you all because there was some very interesting news about Prince Harry, you all, that I really wanted to get you all's thoughts. So the chat is open for all of us to kind of discuss and to share our opinions and thoughts. What I'm going to do with you all is read the articles, okay, the articles that I found about him speaking out again after Prince Philip's funeral. I'm going to be able to share with you all what the article is saying and what the background story was, okay? Because me personally, you all, the way I feel about it is after Prince Philip's funeral, I was really under the assumption that he was going to change. I can't say that I'm surprised, but I feel like I am disappointed to some degree, because in my case, seeing Prince Philip from being a young boy to a man to a bachelor to now a husband and a father, just witnessing him evolve, and I really felt like he was going to turn a corner. Did I think he was actually going to do it? No, but because I've been positive and I've been optimistic about, him trying to build some kind of bridge with William and Catherine, I've been secretly trying to root for them and say, he's going to apologize. He's going to, at some point, wake up, and maybe apologize and maybe understand that he is so lucky and privileged to have the things that he has, and I think that what Sharon Osbourne said about him is holding true. So let's put this into perspective. Prince Harry is rich. Okay, he's not as rich as other celebrities or even Prince William and his kids, and Catherine's kids, but they got money. Okay, Harry and Meghan have obviously enough money to support the lifestyle that they have in Montecito, California. They have a 15-bedroom mansion. So they clearly have some kind of money, you know what I'm saying? Like they obviously have some kind of money to support this mansion. That's what it is. It's a mansion, okay? So they obviously have something that is keeping them afloat, keeping them relevant, keeping them in the media circuit, on the newspapers, on the television. But now we're going to look at the article, okay? We're going to look at exactly what he said and in what context, because just this morning I saw that Oprah Winfrey posted about the whole mental health thing. So obviously Oprah is still helping this couple. I don't think there's any way you can kind of mince that. I think it's pretty evident that Oprah and other Hollywood bigwigs that do like them or do want to help them get their freedom are helping them. Just in the same breath, we have these articles about royal aides, whoever those people are. We have to speculate on that. But so-called royal aides claiming that the titles are in question, the money's in question. People in the royal family want to take the money away. They're beginning to think that they shouldn't have what they have, and I think time will tell, time is going to tell if that's legit, because I think we've heard a lot about royal aides and royal experts and royal sources, but where is it really coming from, right? Where is the actual factual basis for these things from different people, different horses' mouths here? It's all speculation, okay? So before we get into the actual article, I just want to say little disclaimer. I'm just sharing my thoughts with you all. You're free to respectfully type in the chat what you think about this if you've seen the story. I really can't believe that he's still talking against the family. He's still going. He's still going, and it's going against the principle, right? It's going against everything that Harry and Meghan claim to want. It's going against all of that. You know, if you want a private life, you're going to live a private life. If you want to be out of the spotlight, you're going to be out of the spotlight. Like, there's not really any two ways to mince it and dice it and flip it and reverse it. It's either you want a private life or you don't. So this is what I think is the problem with Harry and Meghan, is they say a lot of things, but their actions speak differently. You know, Oprah is a real A-lister. Oprah Winfrey is a billionaire. She has her own network. She has a lot of people behind her, a lot of employees. You know, Oprah is the Oprah Winfrey. You know, everybody knows who Oprah is. So I'll say a little bit about Oprah's situation with Harry and Meghan and this whole mental health thing. What I think about that real quick with you all is that, based upon my readings, if you didn't know and you're new to my channel, I've done the royal readings from 2017 on my channel. They've gone viral, 100,000 views plus. I've been very, very lucky to have an amazing audience and people who support my channel and have been there from the very beginning, and I thank you, okay? So when it comes to Oprah helping Harry and helping Meghan push different agendas here and push different programs and businesses, I think it's a bad idea. I think it's a bad idea because Oprah, I feel deep down like Oprah is so above that. I feel like Oprah is in her own lane, her own, you know, she's totally, she's earned her spot, right? Oprah, I feel, has like earned her spot to be a real self-made billionaire. You know, not this like fluffed up, you know, self-made, like a real self-made billionaire, you know, from the trenches up. Like, she's worked for that. And I respect her for that. And so a part of me, knowing Oprah's interviews, knowing Oprah's background, knowing how hard Oprah's worked, sometimes even with Oprah, you all, I kind of pause and I say to myself, why is Oprah getting involved? Like, this is only going to lead to tragedy. Like, this is only going to lead to more problems in the near future. Like, there's not anything really positive with family, you know, on Harry and Meghan's front, unfortunately. I think that Oprah and Tyler Perry and other people are so gracious to help Harry and Meghan, but I think that deep down, it's a bad business move. Because if I am seeing a couple, right, if I am seeing a couple that is having a lot of conflicting stories and a lot of conflicting beliefs and a lot of conflicting things they say, you know, it's like they're talking the talk, but they're not walking the walk, you know? A private life to many is a happy life, you know? And if you want a private life, I feel that you would take the necessary steps to be away from the cameras, away from paparazzi, away from, you know, TV specials and primetime specials and talk shows. I genuinely feel that for any celebrity, for any royal, for anybody who is a public figure, if you don't want to be a part of the spotlight, you're not going to. You're going to avoid all red carpet. You're going to avoid all special, you know, after parties and exclusive this, and you're going to avoid that. Why? Because you don't want to be seen. You don't want to be in the it circle. Like, you want to just be, you know, in your own little island. You know, when you talk to people and you want to mix and mingle, you mix and mingle, right? But it's not a situation where you're on Instagram and you're on this and you're on that 24/7. And so I actually think that from the looks of it, it almost feels like Harry and Meghan have been in the media more, right? Like, it feels like they've gotten more coverage from stepping away as senior royals. So how does that really work? It's gone completely the opposite way of what, if this couple really wanted privacy and they really want a private life for Archie, excuse me, my throat's dry, for Archie, for the daughter, whatever, then why is it that it's like they're getting more exposure? And nothing is wrong with that. If that's what you want, nothing is wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, it's not adding up right? The math is not mathing. It's not adding up to me. That's my personal opinion. A private life for Harry and Meghan for me looks like staying off of social media, not doing interviews, not doing book deals, not doing movie deals. Lifetime has done like 2 or 3 movies now, I believe, either in the works or put out for the whole world to buy and to consume. They're eating it up. Like Lifetime is one of those networks that I've seen the most push this Harry and Meghan fairy tale. Like, I have seen so many different networks try to pick up their story, their love story, and duplicate it with actors and actresses, right? And say, tune in to this Harry, and I haven't watched them because I want to watch it, but like, I'm saying, for example, I've seen commercials saying Harry and Meghan this, Harry and Meghan that, the love story. And I'm like, y'all are selling this, y'all are literally sharing your love story. Like, you're putting it out here constantly for consumption. So that's not how I would behave. That's not how I know other celebrities would behave. I don't think that's how anybody would behave who wants privacy. I don't feel that at all. Okay. So, they're going to keep picking it up. I think the problem that I'm seeing with this couple in terms of their own privacy and their own life is that they're giving the media more to feed upon. Whatever podcast Harry's doing, whatever interviews and Spotify and Netflix, all these things that Harry and Meghan are doing, and mainly Harry right now, because Harry is the one right now who's really pushing this. Harry is the one right now who seems to be letting it all hang out. There is like no buffer. There is no sorting through anything. Like, he is just going on different platforms, just like letting it all hang out. And so when does it end? When does it end, Harry? Like, this may sound kind of bad, but it's like, let your mother rest, okay? And this is all my opinion, you all. If you're new, just bear with it, okay? This is just my opinion, okay? Take it or leave it. When do we get past this whole, well, my mother this, my mother that? Like, Diana is not with us. Diana is in a better place, God willing, right? And she also made her choices. Diana was a grown woman who married Prince Charles, had Harry, had William, and she was loved. Diana was loved so deeply for so many people still to this day, including myself. But what I've always had a problem with is it just kind of feels like every so often, actually not often, frequently, it feels like Harry is constantly going back to his mother and almost like eating off of her pain, trying to like reduplicate her pain and say, well, this is the reason why I am like this, because of her. And I don't think that's fair. I know you all, this is very touchy and this is very hard, for a lot of people to hear. And I know this is a very touchy thing when it comes to Diana, but I don't think it's fair, right? I don't think it's fair for Harry to almost blame Charles and Diana and the Queen and everything else, in that way, and if that's how he really feels, he needs to like consult all these people like therapists, etc. He needs to do all this privately, okay? A great quote says, you can't heal in the same place where pain resides. So, if you're constantly redigging up the past and you're wanting to go to the media and go to Gayle King and go to this and go to that, you're gonna keep spinning that web so much that all he's attracting right now is negativity. Like, all Harry and Meghan are doing right now is attracting garbage, in my opinion, when in reality they could just be private and happy. And I don't get it. I don't understand why there is this constant thing with Harry of being bitter and being ungrateful. And I just think that he needs to understand boundaries. You know, not every single thing that he's went through, we need to go to the media and say. You know, I don't feel like every single thing that he's went through needs the public's consumption. You know, if he's in all this pain and going through all this stuff, why does he not just get the help he needs privately and call it a day? But by him going to the media and going to Gayle King and going to this person and that person and complaining and throwing a fit and saying, I'm the victim, I'm the victim. Okay, well, you left England, right? Like, let's look at the positive, Harry. You've left England. I mean, yeah, you're in America now. So that's the past, right? Let's move forward. You know, let's move on. How many times is Harry going to talk about Diana? How many times is he going to say, you know, things about the royal family? Like, how many times is he going to go to the media and say, you know, this is the reason why I'm the way I am? Well, nobody really cares, for one. I know that sounds kind of bad, but like, nobody really cares about that. Like, that's private. You know, that is family issues. That is family drama. And when I see Harry speaking out like this, you know, it really makes me question, you know, are they going to take their titles? Are they going to take the money away? Are they going to take their privileges away? You know, what are they going to do? Because it can't carry on like this. You know what I'm saying? It just simply can't continue like this. And I think that if Prince William did this, you know, it would be like, people will go bonkers. You know, if Catherine or William ever went to almost every single major platform in America and just started trashing the family and trashing and all this stuff, people would not even know how to respond. People would not even know how to see the royal family anymore, you know? And so the question is, right? The question really is now, what is Harry's goal? Okay, what is Harry's goal with going to different networks and different people in Hollywood? What is the benefit? There is no benefit. Like, maybe financially on the podcast or whatever he got going on. Okay, that's one thing, right? But the bigger picture, how does that benefit his family? How does that benefit his mental health? How does that benefit his children who are going to grow up and see all this stuff about how he suffered? There's no benefit. There's no real benefit. I mean, what's so strange to me, what is really strange to me, is Harry behaves like nobody saw what happened to Diana. Okay, we all know that Diana was taken out. We all know that Diana had a red dot, a target on her back. We all know that. So we don't need to keep going back to that, Harry. We need to move forward. Okay, so you know, it's sad for me because regardless of YouTube, you all, regardless of the, you know, all these, regardless of Meghan and him, regardless of all of that, I'm speaking to you all as a person who's watched Harry, you know, from the Bachelor days, from serving, you know, I'm serving and working to this, you know, and to me, it's like, why, you know, why would he do this? If anything, I feel like, would you not want to save face? Would you not, if you've been like, if he's gone through all the things he's gone through, right? Why would you not want to heal in private and really dig within your soul and try to figure out, how can I help myself, right? How can I be a better man for my soon to be born, firstborn daughter, my son, my wife? This is how a mature man thinks. A mature man thinks along the lines of, how can I help myself? How can I stop this pain, this wound within myself? And so if Harry really wants to heal, he cannot keep going to the media. He cannot keep talking out like this. it's only going to amplify the past. It's only going to make things more negative and drama filled. And it's only going to keep pulling back that Band-Aid, you know? Put that Band-Aid on, Harry, and heal. And heal. Stop trying to open up this Band-Aid for money. Stop trying to open up this Band-Aid for clicks and views. Stop trying to open up this Band-Aid to up your status and try to beat out William and Catherine. Stop trying to be like that, you know? Stop trying to replay the trauma over and over and over again, because that's what you're doing. And you know, it's sad to say this, but if Harry was ever to spiral, if anything was to happen to their marriage, it's going to be their own fault, because nobody is telling them to go on these channels. Nobody is telling Harry to go to the press. Who is telling him this? Right? I don't want to say that it's Meghan. But who is telling Harry to go to the press like this? I don't understand this. And I sympathize with Harry. I do. You know, I don't know what it's like to lose a parent. You know, at some point, a lot of us do, by just human nature, right? But unfortunately, in Harry's case, his mother left by a tragic way. So of course it's going to hurt. Of course it's going to leave some kind of emptiness in his heart. I get that. And I'm really sad about that for him. I really am. But what he's doing is a one-way street to Crazy Town. What he's doing right now is waging a war. That's what he's been doing. He's been trying to, he's a victim, right? He's put it out there. He says, I'm the victim. I'm the victim. So with that said, let's look at the article and see in the context in which he said all this about the Truman Show and his upbringing being like the zoo, which I don't think is appropriate. You know, like I said, I sympathize with him. But like I said, if there is no benefit to causing the media to stir up, right, and stir the pot, why do this? You know, if you're so angry at your father, if you're so angry at the passing of your mother, can't you like talk to your father or your brother privately? And I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. I'm saying, can't you write out a letter? You know how like sometimes in therapy, there's like this exercise that we see on these TV shows like Dr. Phil, whatever, where they write a letter. Right? Have you ever seen one of those shows where there's people or couples who are trying to like get counseling or whatever, and they write out a letter, then they burn the letter? Do something like that, Harry. Right? Do something like that. Write out a letter of all the things you're angry about and then burn it. And burn it quick, because that's the past. Okay, that's gone. And what's so sad about the human condition sometimes, you all, is we dwell upon the past when the past is over, right? We regurgitate the pain and things we've experienced when that is over, that is done. And I wish that Harry could see that's over. Okay, your mother's not coming back. You've married who you've married. Okay, you're not in England anymore. You've stepped down. So what else do we need to know? What else is there? What else is there to talk about? Like, he's already stepped down. So he's only making it worse for himself, his wife, his kids. He's only doing it to himself at this point. You know, and it's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You know, it's really sad, you all. So let's go. I'm going to read from the New York Times. I mean, I have different articles here. These are the ones that were trending the most, that went into detail about what he was talking about. So I'm going to go ahead, you all, and let's look. Cuz I don't know. This is my first, I'm live with you all. So I'm going to be reading all this live with you all. My first reaction and all that, okay? So I just want to find out what is the context in which this came up. Okay, there's a wide range interview that was released on Thursday night, one of his strongest public rebuttals yet of the royal family. Okay, so this was another interview. This was another interview, right? Oh, okay. He said this. I've seen behind the curtain. I've seen the business model. I know how this operation runs and how it works. Okay, this is what he said to the Armchair Expert podcast actor Dax Shepard. Okay, I don't want to be part of this. This is Harry. Okay, this is Harry now. I don't want to be part of this. Look what it did to my mom. Okay, here we go again. I don't know what it's gonna take for him to grow up. I don't know what it's gonna take for him to realize that, maybe he feels guilty about something, because it's like somebody who's constantly going back to somebody's passing is like, I understand, like I really understand that he's upset. But what can he do? It's one thing to talk about it. It's one thing to complain or whatever, but there's nothing he can do. Nothing. She's gone, and the world has mourned, the world has mourned Diana for so long. And I hope that her spirit and her soul is at peace, because the amount of times that they brought up Diana, just in general, is ridiculous to me. So he says this: how am I ever going to settle down, have a wife and a family, when I know that it's going to happen again? So this is really what he said. This is a transcript. He said, how am I ever going to settle down? Well, you're already married, so what are you saying? Have a wife. Okay, you have a wife. And a family. Okay, you have a family. When I know that it's going to happen again. Well, if you keep opening your mouth, it will happen again. I don't know what else to say to Harry. I mean, if you keep talking like this, it could happen again. Well, what I'll say is everything comes at a price. That I know for sure. Everything comes at a price. So if this is what he wants to do, and whatever outcome comes of that is totally up to him. And if anything happens, I don't want no one to say, oh my God, because it's him. It's him doing it. There is nobody putting a gun to Harry's head saying, tell us about your family. Tell us about your wife. Nobody is pressing him for any information. Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight. Nobody is pressing him for information. He is willingly giving it. So, yeah, it is similar to Diana, right? When Diana did her interview and she spoke out about a lot of things, that wasn't going to end well. That wasn't going to end well. And I'm happy that Diana did it. I am. I'm happy that Diana talked about her eating disorders. And I when I watched that interview with Diana, I respect her. But it does not separate from the reality of the actions and the consequence. It does not separate that if you talk like this and you are way high up and all this stuff, that something bad could happen to you. That something bad can happen to you. So I'm not, like I said, I like the fact that people, especially anybody, is able to free themselves and say what they got to say. But Harry is different. Sadly for Harry, he is royalty. He is a part of a very prestigious family. He is a part of a family that is above, the common folk, as they say. So it's not going to be the same for him. I'm sorry. It's not going to be this Hollywood scarlet letter, you're a royal. And whether you lose more titles and more money or not, that's not going to change Harry. So if you know that you cannot change the fundamental things, why try to go against that and put yourself in a bad situation? Why, you cannot, Harry, you cannot change that your mother is Diana. These are things that you cannot change. And trying to like go back in time and dissect everything is nonsense because she's not here. And Diana, and then most importantly, Diana is not here to defend herself. Diana is not alive to do what Harry is doing and go on a podcast and gossip. She's not allowed or alive or here to counteract this, to support this, nothing. She's not here. So there's no benefit to this. I'm sure that Harry could have done the same exact thing with a therapist, with his wife, with anybody. With anybody. Harry, even Oprah, if he wants to give it a go. Okay, Harry could have had this little conversation and this little chat here that's exposing the royal family and all this junk with any other person in the world, but the newspapers, but the press, you know? So he goes on to say, but certainly when it comes, I mean, my perspective may be different than a lot of people, but this is how I think. If I do not have the power to change anything that is sad or tragic, I'm not going to stress it. I'm not going to dwell upon it. And what I'm seeing Harry do is it's like he's pulling off the Band-Aid, in the worst way. And there's a lot of drama around this couple, there's rarely anything positive that I've seen with them. It's always about Samantha Markle or Thomas Markle or the Queen or Philip or William or some kind of rift. It's always drama. And I'm tired of it. I like when the royal family is quiet and is polished and prim. I like that royal family. I don't like the royal family that is going to gossip magazines, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. I don't like it. I think that it's not the Keep It With the Kardashians. It's not a reality TV show. Maybe Harry wants a reality TV show, because that's how it comes across to me. But this is not a reality TV show. This should be private, in my opinion, okay? So he goes on to say, but certainly when it comes to parenting, if I have experienced some kind of pain or suffering because of the pain or suffering that perhaps my father or my parents has suffered, I'm going to make sure I break the cycle so I don't pass it on. Well, you are passing it on because you've gone to Oprah. Like, are we like in a different universe? Like, what? The biggest issue. Okay, so here's my thing. If you take the money away, if you take the status away, if you take the titles away, will it be happier? Will that make Harry happier? What does he want? Like, people are struggling in this pandemic. People are homeless. People are homeless right now as I speak right now. And he is in a mansion. He is in a mansion. And he's complaining about this. This happened years ago. Like I said, I sympathize, but there's no reason for it. I mean, you just went to Prince Philip's funeral. You made up, you kissed and made up with well, on the outside, you try to kiss and make up with William and Catherine, you know, that whole little PR stunt. And he's back, and I told you all, he's back to business. In one of my latest readings, I told you all, I don't think that he's so far gone with Meghan that he's never gonna stop. I am sure now that he's never gonna stop. Until he dies himself, he's never gonna stop. He is never going to stop. So forever and ever and ever and ever, Harry's going to keep talking about the same crap. What a waste of time. How stupid is that? I don't see William doing that. William lost his mother too. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted, okay? Let's not get it twisted. I don't see William doing that. I don't see William every couple of weeks going to the press talking about Diana. I don't see William doing that. And I'm sure William's gone through a lot of things as well. So what is so different about it? I don't get it. Is Harry trying to act like William did not suffer as well? William suffered too, but he's not bitching about it. He's not drawing out the trauma. William has healed. William has moved on. It's obvious. William has his family. William has a support system. William has his head screwed on straight. William is focused. He's focused. He's focused on what's important. I think Harry's lost, you all. I think Harry's lost. It's a lost cause. And whatever I've been seeing from this couple, whatever I've been witnessing from this couple, at this point, I'm kind of just like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and you know what? William has made sure that he has a support system. William has actively made sure that he has that. Why? Because he's kept in the loop. Not just about staying in England, but he's kept in the loop, you know? He's tried to move past that. And he has, successfully. So if William can do it, so can Harry. That's the good part about it. If William can move past all that, so can Harry. But I'm not going to consume these stories about Harry every day, every week. I'm not going to do it, you all. Like, I'm not going to, like, as a human being on social media, I'm not going to keep seeing these stories about the same thing over and over and over again, you know? Because it makes no sense. The way they behave when they want privacy is the opposite. It's the complete opposite. So he said, the biggest issue for me is being born into it. Okay, well, you can't control that either. You know, you can't control that either. Whatever you're born into is what you're born into. You can't control that. You inherit the risk without choice. Okay, we understand that, okay? We get that. Well, you all, I think it's a situation now. It's a situation where till thy kingdom come, okay, there's going to be the victim card. And you see, this is what I like about life. This is, you know, to me in life, this is how I separate people who are winners from losers is people who go through things and they push through and they don't become a victim and they stand upon what they can control. That's a winner. What a loser is saying, well, life happened to me and this happened to me and this happened to me. So now I'm going to cause more harm to my children. Now I'm going to cause more drama to the press because I want to. I'm going to throw a fit. I'm going to do a tell-all interview. I'm going to do this, that, because I want to. Because I want to. That's a loser. That is a complete loser. A winner is somebody who says, yes, I went through this. Yes, I went through that. But I'm going to be stronger than that. I'm going to use my strength and my energy to focus upon what is important. And I'm going to move away from what does not benefit me. And I'm going to stand in my truth and my power. And I'm going to push past that. I'm not going to let that stop me, right? I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to rise again. I'm going to push forward. And I'm going to be a victor, a champion, you know? I'm going to push past that. Okay? But a losing mentality is I'm going to keep regurgitating what happened to me, never get past it, never heal it, and then I'm going to point the finger. I'm going to point the finger at everybody else who's done me wrong, you know, the world hates me, and live a life of regret. You can only be a champion in this life if you choose to be one. And the light that Harry and Meghan have chosen is the victim. Is I'm a victim. I'm always going to be a victim. You know, I'm trapped. I can't get out. But you got out. That's what's so confusing. They've gotten out. You've gotten out. You're not in England. You're not doing royal duties. You're not doing you're not a part of that. You're in America. You're making millions of dollars with no degree. So what are we missing here? You're not a part of that anymore. And Harry, you're getting to a point where you're not even a family. You're not even really in the family. So what I don't understand. Why go to the past when you could focus on the future? Right? Why be stuck in the past when you can focus on the future? Focus on your new job, Harry. Focus on your daughter who's not even born yet. Focus on your marriage. Focus on your empire. Focus on your business. Why are you focused upon what William is doing and Diana? And why? Why? When you could be a victor, a champion, a winner, and say, yes, you know, they took my mother away from me. Yes, Diana died. I didn't like it. But guess what? I'm here. I'm a man. I'm a husband. I'm a father. Yeah, that's the attitude he could have. But instead, he's like, oh, well, you know, it was painful. And, you know, I suffered so much. But yet, most children do not have that kind of luxury. So I have to put that in there. I'm sorry, you all. But most people do not grow up with a gold spoon like Harry. And Harry is totally ignoring that and saying, I've suffered. You know what suffering is? You know what real suffering is? Real suffering is when you're belly hungry, when you have no food in your belly for days on end. That's what suffering is. You can't pay your bills, you're homeless, you're sick. That's suffering. There's emotional suffering and there's real life suffering. Emotionally, you can push through that. You can heal. But it's a choice. It's a choice. You know, Harry acts like nobody's been through anything on this planet but him. He acts like he's the only person who suffered from Diana. He's the only son of Diana that suffered so much. That's not true. The whole family suffered when they lost Diana. The whole family was under the spotlight. The whole family was questioned and still questioned. So no, Harry is not the only person who's been through something. And it's up to him as a man, as an adult, not a child, as an adult, to do what's best for him. But I'm not buying it. I'm not buying all this Diana, this Diana. Keep that lady's name out of his mouth, man. Like, keep Diana out of your mouth. Diana is gone. She does not need to be brought up every 2 minutes with Harry and Meghan. It's not appropriate. William does not even do that. You know? Right. And what Diana would want, what Diana would want for him is to be a happy person, you know? To move forward with his life. And what happened? What happened? What happened to the whole thing about he was supposed to go to the unveiling of the Diana statue and he canceled? What happened to that? Right? Wasn't he supposed to go to the reveal of Diana's statue? So why did he not go? Why is he not going? So, you know, it's all this like confusion that I don't like it. I don't like it. Absolutely. I think that Charles, of course, yeah, Charles loved another woman as well. Charles had his flaws. But to act like Charles doesn't love Harry and doesn't love William and doesn't love is preposterous. And even Oprah called it out. Even Oprah Winfrey called it out. Oprah said that he claimed that Charles stopped taking his calls. And Oprah said, "Are you guys talking now?" He said, "Yes." Charles has never left. William has never left. The only person who's left is Harry and Meghan. You know? So I'm not in the perspective of boohoo. No. No. Because actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. And if you're so distraught, you know, all these things about Diana's charities and this and that and this and that would be upheld. Would totally be upheld. And if you're going to dodge and bob and weave out of the Queen's birthday, Diana statue revealing, all this stuff is contradicting what he's even saying right now. It reeks of BS. It reeks. Thank you for that comment. How an ambassador for mental health can't pick up a phone and speak to a doctor for his wife's mental health is confidential information. If they told him when his mother died he needed help, then why not now? Harry behaves like he has no money. He acts like he has no money. He has the money to get therapy. He has the money to move to Montecito. They have the money. Maybe not a lot of money because of security and everything else. You know, that's in speculation. I don't even care about that. That's in speculation in the public. I don't really care about that. But he has the necessary means to get help. Absolutely. Absolutely. But here's the thing. Is he going to do this all his life? Right. Yeah, I think that the inheritance from Diana and the money that Meghan's made and everything else, yeah, right now they're trying to replenish the fund. Yeah, they're trying to get different deals to get the money to survive the way they want to survive. Nothing's wrong with that. But what I'm saying is why are they constantly taking down the royal family with them? Why are they doing that? Right. Right. I mean, would I trash my brother? No. Would I trash my father like that? Never. Never. Would I go on a tell-all interview with Oprah? Never. Never. These are all things that Harry and Meghan have agreed to. So where is this like coming from? You know, there was this crazy story about Meghan being upset that her aides were taking designer. Did you all hear that? There was a story that was going around the time of the interview with Catherine and all that crap. There was a story that was saying that Meghan did not like the fact that the royal aides, whoever the hell these people are, were taking clothes away from her. They were taking things away from her. Okay, now if you stay in the royal family, you wouldn't have to pay for it. You would have seamstress and people in the palace to hook you up with the most prestigious designers on the planet. I can guarantee it. Meghan, you would have had a bunch of people fitting you, dressing you. And now that you're out of that whole scene, you got to pay for it yourself. And that's expensive. That's very expensive. And Harry is going to need a lot of money to support her lifestyle. Meghan didn't marry no poor boy. Meghan didn't marry nobody poor. In fact, I think they want to be billionaires. I think that Meghan and Harry want to be billionaires. And they could achieve it, actually, I think. If they play their cards right, they could achieve it. But it's like, could Meghan have not done all the things she's doing now in England or as a royal, like a working royal? They could have done the same thing. I mean, it sounds kind of funny, but you know, when Harry, William, and Catherine did was it Heads Up or Heads Together? What was that mental health thing called? It was between William, Catherine, and Harry. Remember that? Remember that? What was that thing called? Where they had they had their own little thing before Harry married Meghan. Heads Together. Let me see what that was about. That whole thing was about. Let me look it up. You know, let's not. I mean, we got facts here, people. We got research and facts. Okay, the Royal Foundation, the Heads Together campaign. It was a whole campaign. It's a whole campaign. So this is not anything new. People who are fanatics of Meghan think this is all brand new and this is all shiny. No, the royal family has always done things with mental health, always. Going way past Diana, all the way back. Yeah, they've AIDS, mental health, absolutely. Women's rights. The royal family's been doing this. Because Harry's with Meghan, they act like it's all brand new. This is not brand new at all. They've been doing this. And that's how I know that some people don't do their research, because if you actually traced it back, even if you want to look at the Diana era, you would see that Diana did a lot of work. Diana did a lot of groundwork with a lot of different people and minority issues. She did a lot, okay? So I don't know why Harry's acting like he's brand new. This is not brand new. This is not like this is some above, you know, the royal family, here it is, the Royal Foundation, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Heads Together. And guess what, you all? You could look it up yourself. You can look it up yourself. On the page there's Harry. Harry is on the front page. of this website right here. Click on it and you'll see. Harry's in the picture. And there they are at the table. Hashtag okay to say. Yeah. So what I'm saying is they could have done all of that and more with William, with Catherine. It would have been a bigger thing. It would have been way better, in my opinion. And it would have got more people interested, you know? Two heads can be better than one. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But in this case, I'm talking about mental health, that could have been a big deal. You know, I don't think negatively like Harry and Meghan. I think positive. They could have joined forces with William and Catherine and could have been bigger, better, you know? I don't know if it was Kate's idea, but I know for a fact that because Harry served, I know that Harry had some dealing in it, and Catherine and William loved stuff like this too. You know, it's just a part of what the royals do. So this is the way Harry is making it seem is like they're the only ones who are going out alone and talking about taboo things. No, they've been talking about controversial things back before even 2017. And way before that. And way before that. So at the bottom of the website, it says £3 million raised for health innovation. 1.5 million people spoke out with the campaign to advocate. So, you know, the proof is in the pudding, right? The proof is in the pudding. William and Catherine are also very close to this as well. It's not just Harry going it alone. Like there's nobody else who does this what he's doing. Like it's not like it's selective. Okay? So there's an example right there that in the royal family, there is systems in place and there's outreach and people in place who can do that type of high-level campaign. Right to the masses. What Harry and Meghan are trying to do is go to Hollywood. Go the Hollywood route and say, you know, let's do an app, Silicon Valley, tech hub. But the royal family's been doing that. Not in a Hollywood way, but they've been advocating. They've been campaigning. They've done the London Marathon and other events, right? Through books and all types of cool stuff, trying to speak to the stigma around mental health. So once again, I don't know what Harry's deal is. I don't know what he has against Catherine or William. I don't know what his deal is. But to me, it's ridiculous. Okay? Now going back to the whole Truman Show's The Zoo thing, let me see what else he said in this so-called interview. He said, I've now moved my whole family to the US, but that wasn't the plan. Okay, that's a lie. But sometimes, where is it? But sometimes you've got to make decisions and put your family first and put your mental health first. Okay, that's a given. Okay, that's a given. Okay, he says, it was like I was in a bubble and my head was plucked out of the sand. How are you going to do things differently? How are you going to make your mom proud and use this platform to really affect change? Okay, so there he goes again. You know, I really honestly thought that he was not going to mention Diana again, but he did, unfortunately. So now he's talking like a first grader and he's saying, how can I make my mom proud? Okay. Well, Diana is always proud, right? Diana is always proud. regardless of whatever he was to do with Hollywood or not, Diana will always be proud of him. Always. Always. So that statement is silly as well. Like, the thing is, they're in America, right? They're in America. So what we can expect, what we can definitely expect is a lot of reality TV, okay? A lot of things like with reality TV, podcasts, more podcasts, right? That's what it looks like to me, right? It looks like a lot of things are going to be directed towards Hollywood outreach, prime time special. But I genuinely feel like some people are going to buy into that and they're going to feel bad, and others are going to say, well, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. You're super privileged. You have all this money, you know, you have the means to get help, you know. He didn't talk about that. Some people don't even have the money to get help, right? Some people can't even afford therapy. And he can afford it. So it's almost like somebody who is rich, right? And was once upon a time very fit and healthy, and then became obese, and they can have a private cook, they can have a private trainer, they can have a flashy gym, all this stuff, and they say, well, you know what, McDonald's is down the street, so I just couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself getting McDonald's because, you know, it's always there and it's so cheap and accessible. Okay, lack of self-control, basically. It's a lack of self-control. But yet, some people can't even afford a gym. Some people don't even have a gym. So it's all about perspective, people. You know? Like Rob Kardashian. You know, Rob Kardashian has been through trauma as well, right? And he's been struggling to lose weight, right? But the difference is he actually got help. He didn't sit around and complain about it. He got to work. And he's not perfect, you know? He's not perfect, but he made it work. He took responsibility. Rob Kardashian took responsibility for his obesity. It was linked to the loss of his father, right? But in a way, he still rose above that and said, okay, I am using that excuse to eat myself into a grave. That's another good example on a celebrity level. Rob Kardashian also lost his father. Okay, what's losing a parent, right? And his family is always in the media. Can't escape it for his life. Can't escape the Kim Kardashian and the Kylie Jenner takeover. He can't escape it. But is he gonna go on a podcast and say, well, you know, my father did this, my father did that, and that's why I'm obese and I'm not healthy? No, he said, I have the money, I'm privileged, I'm lucky enough to have the money to get surgery, or to get to lose weight naturally, or whatever the case may be, to have a chef, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to work out, I'm going to eat healthy, I'm going to stop doing certain narcotics or drugs, I'm going to stop being around certain people, and I'm going to focus on myself. And that's a winner. That's somebody who's not going to be a victim of life. And so with Harry's situation and Meghan's situation, what I'll say is, don't let other people tarnish your potential. Don't let other people tarnish your own legacy. Don't let other people get in the way of your own happiness. Because what Harry is doing is inviting people to speculate and dissect and quite frankly, comment on what he said. He's done it that way. So if I was Harry or Meghan, which I thank God I'm not, but if I was Harry or Meghan, I would say screw that. Who cares? I don't care. I have all this money. I'm going to do what I want, right? I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to do outreach. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Yeah, never. You can never get back time. You can never get back lost potential. Ever. And people who are winners and have gone through things like I have and they have, and you push through, know what I'm talking about. But the enablers and the people who are weak-minded are going to say, oh, well, that's too bad for him. But they're never going to understand that it's up to him. He has the power to change this. Not Oprah, not Tyler Perry, not Dr. Phil. It's a harsh reality. Not Meghan Markle, not his wife, not his father. He has the power to put his foot down and say, I don't want to dwell upon this anymore. But he's not. So until that day comes, until that sweet day comes, what we're going to keep seeing is Harry throwing shots. Throwing shots at everybody he can, making a profit off of it, and crying wolf. That's all I see here. And I'm not going to put a dime to any of these things that they're doing. I'm not going to watch any of those things. I mean, I know Oprah retweeted it, but I'm not going to watch it because it's not coming from a place of empowerment. It's coming from a place of, I'm the victim. I need money. Let me trash my family. That's the platform that it's coming from, and I'm not with that. I'm not about that. And if William did the same thing, if William did the same exact thing, I would not like that. I really would not like that at all. If William was in Harry's shoes, blabbing off every couple of days, I would hate that. I would absolutely hate that. So anyway, you all, thank you for watching. I hope you all liked the commentary. If you didn't, then so well. Oh well. I'm just basically covering it the way I see fit. And I think that people need to take responsibility for their own life and stop trying to point the finger. Because, if in my own life, all I did was point the finger and cry wolf and cry and complain, I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't do nothing in my life, I would have not gotten out of a lot of dark places that I was in. I would be, like a lost puppy dog, and that's just the reality. Either you're going to get up and you're going to fight another day, or you're going to lay down and wave the white flag. You're either going to keep fighting through the BS, or you're going to be a victim. Simple. That's how life works. Life is not fair. Life is not always rainbows, daffodils, and Skittles. And I think that for a man who is so privileged like this to keep complaining is really disgusting. So that's my commentary, you all. Thank you for watching. Bye.